What up, guys? It's your boy TigerBayne, and we are here to talk about the NBA playoffs, 2019 NBA playoffs. And I know the camera's set in a bit of a weird angle at the moment, but we're going to move that just because we're going to fill out our bracket together. Well, I'm going to fill out my bracket, and then you guys are going to, I guess, tag along. Let me know what your thoughts were in the, what your thoughts are in the comment section down below, and whether you guys agree with me or whether you think things are going to go a different way. But first off, without a doubt, I'm going to go ahead and start in the Western Conference, and we have the Warriors versus the Clippers. Now, I think the Clippers might be able to steal a game here. They're still a professional NBA team. They are a really good team as well. I did not expect this from them, but without a doubt, it's going to be Warriors advancing to the second round. There's not too much to talk about there when you've got 5 All-Stars. It's just, no doubt, Warriors through to the second round. Next up, Rockets versus Jazz. Now, I think this will be a great series. I think it's going to be really interesting. The Jazz have a lot of talent on their squad. When you've got Rudy Gobert, you've got Donovan Mitchell there. They're the core of this team. I'm going to bring up on this screen. I'm going to bring up, because I know off the top of my head, I'm going to forget certain players on each team, but I really don't want to do that. So the Jazz, they've got Joe Ingles. That's what I mean. I forgot about Joe Ingles completely. Joe Ingles is a great player. He's just the lights out from 3. But when you're going up against the Rockets are balling. James Harden is unbelievable. If it wasn't for Giannis, James Harden would be winning MVP. Between him and Chris Paul and Clint Capella, Rockets will definitely make it through this one. Rudy Gobert is going to be virtually unplayable in this series. Like, he's a great player, but he can't really defend that three-point line. And against a trigger-happy team like the Rockets, they're just going to be switching on. They're going to be switching all over the place, and Rudy Gobert is going to be unplayable. I'm pretty sure a similar thing happened last year in last year's playoffs. So Rockets through. I think the Rockets will quite easily win this. I would even say this will be a sweep. So Rockets through to the second round. Next up, we have the Trailblazers and the Thunder. Now, Damian Lillard is one of my favorite players of all time. Before even entering the league, I called him to win Rookie of the Year, despite being in the same draft class as Anthony Davis. I knew he was going to ball. He's always looked incredible to me. He's one of my favorite players, and I love him to death. But he's going up against Russell Westbrook and Paul George. It's good. I think it's going to be a great series. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to watch Game 1. I think it's in 2 days, something like that. I'm very, very excited for it. As much as I think the tandem of Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum is super fun to watch, they've got Yusuf Nurkic is injured, so they're going to have to rely a lot more on Enes Kanter. But Enes Kanter isn't really going to be able to slow down. Well, I feel like Enes Kanter is going to be slowed down a lot by Steven Adams. So I personally think that it's going to be a great series. I think it might even go to 6 games, but Thunder are definitely going to come out on top. When you've got Westbrook and Paul George, that tandem is just working unbelievably right now. They'll make it through to the second round. Next up is Nuggets and the Spurs, and a lot of people are saying Nuggets are going to destroy this game. Nuggets have Nikola Jokic, who is a great player. He's incredible, right? He's one of the few bigs who can easily average a triple-double. He can pass, rebound, and shoot. He's a really good player. Nuggets also have Gary Harris, Jamal Murray. They have a really, really good roster. So I'm just bringing up the Spurs roster real quick. Because let me list these guys off, right? Everyone thinks that the Spurs are trash. Everyone, all year, I've been hearing people say that Spurs are going to miss out on the playoffs. They've still got Patty Mills. They've got Jakob Poeltl, who's really, really good. Davis Bertans, Marco Bellinelli, Rudy Gay, DeJounte Murray, Lonnie Walker, Derek White, LaMarcus Aldridge is still there, and DeMar DeRozan. Their roster is deep, and they have the best head coach of all time, in my opinion. They've got Greg Popovich coaching them. The Spurs are deep. They're talented. They know what they're doing. Greg Popovich knows what he's doing with this roster. You can't count out the Spurs. I've learned that time and time again, and I'm telling you right now, this is a young, inexperienced Nuggets roster, and this is prime for the upset. I am going to go ahead and say that the Spurs come out on top here. I know it's wild, I know it's crazy, I know it's out there, but I honestly think that the Spurs are going to come out on top. Moving on to the Eastern Conference, we have the Bucks and the Pistons. No doubt about it. I know the Pistons are balling with Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin. Balling's I use that term loosely, but Bucks are the best team in the East right now. I think they're the best team in the entire NBA. They finished with the best record in the entire NBA at least, and definitely would say that Giannis, Middleton, they're both gonna pull him towards the victory. That will probably be a sweep. Next up, Celtics and Pacers. Every inch of me wants to say that the Pacers will win this. And I think it's going to be a great series. But Kyrie Irving's a baller. Kyrie Irving's going to pull him through. He's got he's got championship blood in him. Celtics for the win in 6, I will say. The Pacers will give them a run for their money. It's going to be a great series, though. Moving on, we have the 76ers and the Nets. It's going to be a good series. I'm really looking forward to this series, and I think that the Nets are going to steal a couple of games. It's going to be real good, and it's going to be. I can't wait to see how D'Angelo Russell performs in this series. I think he's going to ball out. He's a great player. You guys know I'm a Lakers fan through and through, and I regret so much that we traded him. But you can't stop the 76ers right now. The Nets, with what they have, won't be able to stop the 76ers. So 76ers will make it through to the next round. And next up, we have Raptors and Magic. And I'm not going to spend too long on this. Raptors will go through. I would call it a sweep. I would say it's going to be a sweep. Raptors, Kawhi Leonard's going to take them very far. Very far. Spoiler alert. Kawhi Leonard taking the Raptors far. We're going to move on to the second round now. Alright, so in the second round, now that I've fixed my camera up and put it in the correct position, in the second round, we are going to have the Warriors versus the Rockets, which everyone expected that to happen in the Western Conference Finals. But it's not happening there. It's happening in the second round, and I'm very keen, and I'm very excited. And are you ready for this? I am saying that the Rockets, provided Chris Paul stays healthy, the Rockets are going to make it through. James Harden's going to ball out. Chris Paul's going to ball out. Clint Capella's going to go ham and expose DeMarcus Cousins. Rockets through to the Western Conference Finals. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be an unbelievable 7-game series. I don't think it's going to go to 7, actually. I'm thinking about it. I think it'll be a 6-game series with the Rockets advancing. I honestly think that this is it for the Warriors. Chances are I'm wrong. I'm probably going to be wrong, and I'm probably, after the playoffs, I'm going to be here going, you know what, guys, my bad. I said the Rockets will make it through. Warriors won it all. But I honestly think Rockets will make it through. They'll beat the Warriors. It'll be a 6-game series. James Harden's going to ball out behind the mentorship of Chris Paul. The second series, that's right. The second series in the Western Conference playoffs is going to be the Thunder versus the Spurs. And Thunder, all the way. Thunder, all the way, baby. Russell Westbrook and Paul George are going to, again, decimate. The Spurs are going to play well. Like I said, you can never really count them out because they're coached so well. But I don't think that LaMarcus Aldridge is going to be able to keep up with this Thunder roster. I feel like Steven Adams is going to bully him. Let me bring up the Thunder roster. OKC roster. There we go. I forgot about Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder's going to ball out as well. Nerlens Noel is going to give him a hard time. They're deep. They're real deep. Patrick Patterson. I forgot he's on the Thunder at the moment. So the Thunder, Thunder through to the Western Conference Finals. And in the Western Conference Finals, it's going to be Houston Rockets versus OKC. And we will get to that in just a minute. Before that, we're going to move over to the East, or to the East side. And first round, we will have the Bucks versus the Celtics. Now, it's going to be interesting because I think that the Celtics are going to get absolutely exposed. they're gonna get destroyed because you could feasibly put Giannis on Kyrie, and that's that. Kyrie won't be able to do anything against Giannis. Giannis will shut him down completely. And who's gonna guard Giannis? Like you can't guard this guy. He's like almost 7 foot, I think he is. How tall is Giannis? How tall is Giannis? 6'11". 6'11". That guy's massive. Jesus. All right, so Giannis, no one on the Celtics squad is going to be able to hold him down. Like I'm trying to think. Jason Tatum is not strong enough to do it. Marcus Smart is not big enough to do it. I don't know. Jaylen Brown isn't fast enough to... Like, these are all good players. So don't get me wrong. They're all great players. But Giannis is another level. Giannis will destroy the Celtics. I see that being a 5-game series. With the Bucks going through to the Eastern Conference Finals. Next up, we have the 76ers versus the Raptors. Now, this is going to be a good series. I think it will go down to probably 6 games. I will say 6 games. I doubt it's going to go to 7. But 76ers roster. Let's bring this up real quick. Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris. Right? They've also got JJ Redick. That's great. Really solid squad. Who's coming off their bench? Can anyone, without looking it up, I want you guys to tell me how many of you can tell me who's coming off the... Name 3 guys coming off the 76ers bench. I'm looking at these guys and I'm just like I know I could have probably given you 1, 2... yeah, look, I would have named probably 3 or 4, but I would have struggled to hit 3 and 4. Like, I would have really struggled to hit those last guys. They're just not deep enough. And the Raptors are super good. Raptors roster. Let me bring this up. Man, Kawhi Leonard. Jeremy Lin's playing for the Raptors? Is he really? Hold on. Are you guys telling me right now... Am I still recording? I'm still recording. Good. You guys tell me right now that Jeremy Lin is playing for the Raptors? Because I did not see that. It says it on here. There you go. Wow. Okay. Current team, the Toronto Raptors. He must be injured or something. But they've got Kawhi Leonard. They've got Marcus Gasol, Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam, Danny Green, Serge Ibaka, OG. They've got Patrick McCaw, who can't put up numbers. Fred VanVleet. Apparently, they've got Jeremy Lin. Jody Meeks. Jody Meeks is underrated. He'll ball out in 1 game. You guys heard it here first. Kawhi's going to shut down Jimmy Butler or Ben Simmons or Tobias Harris. Kawhi will shut down one of them, and Marcus Gasol will go toe-to-toe with Joel Embiid. Embiid will get the better of him. Don't get me wrong. But if Embiid's got an injury, if that's nagging him, that's going to make it tougher. I don't see the Raptors being stopped by the 76ers. So that's why I see the Raptors winning in 6, maybe even 5. But that means that in the Eastern Conference Finals, it's Bucks versus Raptors. Now, back to the West. We have the Rockets versus Thunder. And my God, how good this series will be. First of all, you got to look at the connections between James Harden, Russell Westbrook, they both played for the Thunder. They were both here recently. They've both always been contending. They're both gun players. They're amazing. So the tandem of those two is going to be incredible. And as much as I want to say Russell Westbrook can lift his squad to make another finals appearance, I don't think it's going to happen against these Rockets unless Paul gets injured again. If Paul doesn't get injured, you're good. Rockets will make it through. If Paul gets injured, they won't. But I honestly think this will be pushed out to a 7-game series. I think Rockets in 7, and it will be incredible. Chris Paul's going to ball out. Clint Capella's going to be lobbing everything. But Rockets in 7. Moving over to the East, we have the Raptors versus the Bucks. Controversy. Are y'all ready? I hope y'all are ready for this. Everyone says the Bucks are going to win. I think Raptors are going through. I just think everyone no one realizes how good Kawhi Leonard is. To me, he's the second best player in the league. He's the second best player in the league. And I understand that the Bucks they've been coached incredibly well. They've been playing incredibly hard. But I honestly think that Kawhi will shut down. You can't shut down Giannis. Let me rephrase that. You can. I was gonna say Kawhi can shut down Giannis, but you can't shut him down. So I shouldn't say that. But Kawhi will contain him. Kawhi will contain Giannis, and I think that means that the Bucks won't really have their whole offense. Everything they do is centered around Giannis. They don't have another option. Whereas all year, Kawhi's missed every second game or every third game or whatever it is. So they've had to come up with new ways to they've had to come up with new ideas, new forms of attack in order to get these dubs, and they've been doing it. They've been doing really well. So if the Bucks lose Giannis, or if he's shooting bad, or if he's not putting up these unbelievable monster style numbers, what do? Middleton's only going to go off for so much. You know what I mean? Like Middleton's a great player. Yes, he's an all-star and he's great, but is he really the number 2 on a championship team? I don't see it. And number 3, yes, I don't see him being the number 2. For that reason, I think the Raptors are going to go through. I think Raptors make it through. They beat the Bucks. It'll be a great series. It could go to 7. Raptors beating the Bucks. So in your finals, you're going to have the Rockets versus the Raptors. And again, it comes down to 2 people. Like every time you look at this, it comes down to 2 people. You're going to have James Harden versus Kawhi Leonard. James Harden won't be able to get away from Kawhi. Have you seen Kawhi's hands? They're massive. Kawhi's hands are ridiculous. They're unbelievable. I'm calling it, guys. I've been saying it all year. I'm still going with it. I'm still going with the Raptors winning this. This will be a great series. It'll probably go to 6 games. I don't know if it'll go to... It might go to 7. It'll be 6 or 7 games. Raptors winning it all. This year is the year of the Raptors. I think that trade for Kawhi was magnificent. I think that they made the right move. They gave up DeRozan. They were only going to go so far. But I definitely think that the Raptors winning it all. Kawhi's going to shut everyone down. He's going to be a monster. They've got people coming off the bench who can ball out for them. Serge Ibaka is going to be a monster in the paint as well. He's not Serge Ibaka anymore, but he still balls hard. Pascal Siakam, who I think should win Most Improved Player. It's between him and D'Lo. I love D'Lo, but Pascal Siakam is just incredible. Fred VanVleet I think Fred VanVleet will get back to that form of last season's playoffs where he bowled out. Kyle Lowry, Marcus Gasol. Getting Marcus Gasol is such an underrated achievement. I think everyone's sleeping on that. 100% think Marcus Gasol is going through. But there you have it. I am guaranteeing, I'm probably wrong, but I'm guaranteeing that the Raptors are going to win this year's NBA playoffs. Bet on it, baby. No, don't bet. Don't do that. Don't. I hope you guys enjoyed my predictions. Let me know what your predictions are in the comment section down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to your boy. It is greatly appreciated. I will see you all in the next one. Enjoy the playoffs.